So Orida just put out these Just Crack an Egg. Put it out a couple months ago. Just as the name implies, all you have to do is just add a fresh egg. And these are just two of the varieties, or a couple varieties. You have the Denver Scramble here with some peppers and some cheese and some ham and some potatoes. Clearly, Orida is a potato company, so you know the potatoes are going to be in there. And then here you have one which is just an all-American scramble, which is just bacon, cheese, and potatoes. Now these retail for about $2 or $3, depending on where you live. And I haven't opened the Denver Scramble, but I did open the All-American Scramble just to get a head up. And basically, you just get each of the ingredients in a pouch. So it's almost like Blue Apron for dummies. I guess Blue Apron is Blue Apron for dummies, so this is more like food kit for dummies, maybe. So yeah, and here you have basically you have the potatoes, and it seems sort of fresh. Cheese and of course bacon, and there's a pretty generous amount of bacon here, which is probably the only reason why you think that this is not a total ripoff, because of course you can get an egg, cheese, potatoes, scrambled thing already done. You can just stick in the microwave for probably less than this kit, so then you also have to include the egg. So yes, so let's get an egg out here. Okay, so there's Mr. Egg. I'm gonna crack the egg. I'm going to put it in there, and that's basically what you do. You put the egg in there first, and then you empty the ingredients. And let's see. Let's cut forward to, you don't want to see me crack an egg. This is not a cooking channel. I'll be right back with a cracked egg in there. Okay, so we're back, and the egg has been cracked. I did it in one take, one crack, so it's all there. And it doesn't say in the instructions if you wanted to use egg whites or like an egg beaters or any kind of egg substitute. I imagine if you want a healthy alternative to just the whole egg, there's probably nothing stopping you as long as you put the equivalent of one egg, even though it doesn't really say it in the Orida instructions. And of course, here's the three. I opened them up. They're just peel apart pouches, so you don't really need any extra, tools or anything. No assembly. Well, I guess assembly required, but no actual hard tools. And I think, the cool thing about this now, giving it a little more thought about these individual packets, is that you can actually just put in, let's say the Denver Scramble. Let's say you're not feeling like peppers, or you really just don't want ham, or whatever. Let's say you just don't like cheese. Oh no, you don't like cheese. You can actually just go in and do that, and just take out, use only the ingredients you want. And of course, portion control. So if you don't want to put all the potatoes in, you can. And I'm just going to put everything in there. And some of these are skin-on potatoes, so there's like the outside of things. So it's not that these potatoes went bad. It's just, it's basically carved from a potato. So sometimes you do get a little bit of skin on them. And then here's some cheese. All right, let's get the cheese in there. And let's get the bacon in there. And that's a lot of bacon, surprisingly amount of bacon. So that's it, and now we scramble it, all right? So, yeah, let's see if I can do this with one hand. I probably can't, and I probably shouldn't be using it with a fork. I'll be back. But basically, once you're done with this process, and I'll show you the finished product when I take it out of the microwave, you put it in the microwave for 40 seconds, then you take it out, you stir it up a little bit, and you finish it up for another 30 seconds. And that's just the basic instructions. Obviously, different microwaves will have different settings. If you have a powerful microwave, maybe a little less. A weaker one, maybe a little more. But that's just the general instructions on it.
So the 40-second mark, I'm going to have to stir it and put it back in there. But you're already seeing the egg is pretty much a good little scramble. Everything else is starting to come into place. I'm going to mix it up a little bit more to redistribute the heat for the last 30 seconds. But yeah, you'll notice the portion is pretty small. It's less than half of the cup. So don't be deceived by the large cup. It's probably just for stirring and stuff, but this portion does not look very impressive. But let's see what it finally looks like. Let's give it another 30 seconds, see if it grows somehow. Go, egg, go.
And yeah, so here we have the finished product. It definitely, I have not tried it yet. That's probably the final test, of course, what everyone's probably waiting for. But that's pretty much what it looks like. Prepared at least the way I did. And again, that's pretty much like the consistency is already there. The egg is fully scrambled. You can see they're nice up close. The bacon, the potatoes, the cheese, the egg, they're all doing their thing. But it's definitely a lot smaller. Definitely less than half of what the cup is. So if you're looking for a big breakfast, don't be fooled by the big cup here. It's just for showing. And I guess it looks good. Again, if you can get it on sale, obviously it's a good deal. Probably, I don't know. Let's check that. So here it is in a small plate, and the fork for it's definitely very small. Definitely well distributed. It looks like it's going to be good.
Even though there's like some salt added to the ham and stuff like that, and other ingredients, you may obviously, even if it's just add an egg, you may want to add your own salt and pepper to the process. But that's how it looks like now. Let's just, I guess, give it a taste.
All right, so I gave it the first forkful. I'm not going to show you. Watch me eat. You don't want to see that. But I have to change my mind. As I said, it was not a good value. And technically, I mean, it may not be a great value, but it definitely tastes a lot better than any kind of frozen dinner, frozen breakfast type scramble thing I've ever had, because it's definitely fresh. And it does taste just like it would as if you made it yourself with the egg, potatoes, bacon, and cheese, fresh from home, and not something that was made years ago. So, and again, when you buy these things, even though it looks like the kind of like a mac and cheese or any kind of little container that you put in your cupboard, do not put it in your pantry. It's all refrigerated. All the ingredients there need to be refrigerated, and they do have expiration dates, which tend to come pretty quickly. So, depending on where you buy it, when you buy it, check those expiration dates. But yeah, one bite in, and I did not even have to add salt or pepper. It had a great flavor for what it was. The egg was nice and thick. The potatoes stayed nice and soft, and the ham stays crunchy. The bacon was crunchy, and the cheese just melted right in there. So yeah, right? I mean, the portions could be a little bigger, and again, I know this looks big, but this is really, look at the fork. It's that small. This is a small plate. But yeah, all right, you got me as a customer, Ryder. Don't lose me.